1, 2, and 3. So let's wind the clock back to 1964, the first gen pony, and let's hand the mic to a fan. There you go. You came out of the car. You got driven up here in your own car. That's kind of got to be weird there, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. Bradley, great to have you tonight, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So again, your history is pretty interesting. So the very first Mustang debuted in 1964, but cars between 64 and 73 are all part of that first generation. What year model do you drive?
This is my 1965 Mustang Fastback GT.
All right, and I mean, it looks clean, it looks sick. I mean, little modern wheels, they are kind of the of-era wheels, but how did this beauty make it into your life?
Well, I grew up in the back seat of my dad's 1969 Mustang convertible and fell in love with it. I was born with Mustang in my blood. And when I was 12, I asked him what my Mustang would be, and we agreed to restore this one together as long as we split the cost 50-50, and I did as much of the work as possible.
All right.
So bought the shell at an auction, took the few remaining bolts off, and built it from the ground up.
And what's interesting there is you started as a tween, which sounds like a weird term, but I mean, you started as a tween. How did you tackle it just with, I mean, was it just you and your pops, or who else?
Well, so it took about 4.5 to 5 years to get it to where it is now. They're never done. But I had the help of a lot of local retirees who were willing to sit there and teach me how to do it. Was literally taught how to do the engine at 14 years old, while the guy sat next to me in a lawn chair and told me bolt by bolt how to do it.
Lawn chair, bar stool. I mean, we know the scenario, right? I mean, bravo. Round of applause. A beautiful looking car, right? Really impressive. But the question is, what does this car mean to you, and how has it played a role in your life as well?
Absolutely. To me, Mustang is family, and this car is family. For birthday, Christmas, for years, I always knew what I was getting. It was car parts for the next project we were working on. This car is also named after my great-grandma, Maxine. That is actually her actual signature on the front license plate there. She instilled the love of cars, specifically Mustangs, in my dad, who then passed it down to me.
And I hear you keep kind of the Mustang generation alive in a younger generation. That's kind of cool too. What is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've gotten the chance to meet and talk with some people, John Clore and a few others, who talked about the youth in Mustang, the next generation, and how nobody my age liked cars. So I founded the Millennial Mustang Registry, a club specifically for younger Mustang owners, to show that we truly do love Mustangs. Our membership is in the 500s and continuing to grow.
Nice. Yeah.
I learned a lot from others, and I think it's important that the knowledge and love continue and continue to be passed on to the next generation of Mustang lovers.
Dude, you're doing such a great job. Round of applause. Come on now. Great job there. Again, Maxine, beautiful looking car. Thank you for being part of history here. So, all right. Here we are, Gen 2. Man, this screams just beautiful set. I mean, the interior, you look back at this thing, the 13s, but my man here right now, Caesar, right? Caesar? All right, I just want to say Cesar. Steve Caesar, everybody. Tell us about your ride and how did you acquire this vehicle? And also, you told me right before this, you said, how many of these do you own and how did you get this one?
This is a 1978 Mustang 2 King Cobra, polar white with tangerine plaid interior. I purchased this car in 2005 on eBay out in California. We have around 15 Mustang 2s right now.
Wow. 15 Mustang 2s, specifically to this. I mean, does anybody else show of hands? Does anybody else have that many Mustang 2s? Yeah, that's what I thought. Definitely not. I mean, this is your car. Why in particular is the Mustang 2 why does it speak to you?
The Mustang 2s, when you go to shows, there's most likely we're going to be the only one there.
Yeah.
You don't see them. And they're starting to show up at some of the shows, get a little more popularity. And we get a lot of attention at the show.
So what's really cool is about the rarity of it, because I mean the 13s, just getting the interior, getting it right. I mean, to be honest, I've seen 3 here. I saw a white with kind of red graphics, I saw black with orange, and then yours is obviously front stage here right now. But it's just such a unique car. Mustangs is more than just obviously the vehicle. It's about the friends and the times that you share with your friends. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what best describes Mustang? Can you choose one word? Just because obviously you own 15 Mustang 2s, and you got the blue oval. I mean, you live the life, man. What word best describes Ford Mustang for you and all the things?
Exciting.
Exciting. Man, you're a man of so few words, and I love this. You're giving me all of these nuggets, but I guess your car speaks louder than words, because, I mean, Mustang 2 is such a unique, it's a polarizing car. I Instagrammed this car because I wasn't supposed to Instagram anything here, so I just took a photo of this before kind of the reveal here, but hey, thank you so much for joining us, man. Beautiful car. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. All right. Yeah. Round of applause for Gen 2. Now on to the Gen 3. This car speaks to me so much. This is like high school or middle school or elementary school. I'm just kidding. I wasn't that young. All right. So the obviously the Gen 3 from 79 to 1993. Autumn Schwabe. I said it right. There we go. And Autumn, you're running the weld wheels. This car is built for speed, but your history runs deep because basically your parents said, here's the keys, send it. And at a young age, right?
Absolutely. So this is just one of two Gen 3s that I actually have. So on stage with us today is my 1993 ruby red Fox body Mustang that my parents gave me when I was 15 years old. And back at home I have my 1989 Fox body Mustang that is a race car. So it was not able to be here because of all the logos and things on it. But my parents gave me this car when I was 15 years old, and that's when I learned how to drive, how to race, and they kind of said, send it,
Yeah, exactly. So, so they actually said go race. Do they have a lineage of racing? Because obviously, Ford Mustangs, they're cool on the street, but obviously there's a whole different breed, a whole different class of going to the drag strip or going to the road course. Do they have that lineage, and do they instill that into you? Because you bleed ruby red, not just red. You bleed ruby red.
Ruby red, yeah. Both my parents actually raced, Mustangs, Ford vehicles from a very young age. My mom's first car was a Mustang 2, actually. So they were very encouraging when it came to drag racing and racing and getting behind the wheel because they saw I was so passionate. And actually, my love for the third gen came from my dad's best friend. He had a race car that we would go see him racing, and he took me for a ride, and I fell in love with the sound and speed instantly.
Yeah, and that it happens like that, right? So, and you acquired this car in kind of a cool way. They said, hey, let's go.
Yeah, my parents actually gave me a little box for Christmas, and it had a fake key in it, and they wrote Mustang, and I was like 15 thinking, wait, is this a joke? And it was Christmas time, and my parents said, no, we're actually going to go pick up your Mustang. So I started crying, of course, and my dad and I road trip to Wisconsin and picked this car up, and I've had it ever since.
Do you think you'll ever sell this car?
I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like this is like your bicycle with training wheels? Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, they're not training wheels, they're drag wheels, baby. These things are ready to rip. What do you guys think? Make some noise, Gen 3 fans out there! Thank you so much, and of course, thank you to Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1 being represented out here. So thank you to Bradley, Steve, and Autumn for sharing your stories, and many of you probably have your own stories. Can't wait to hear them. We don't have enough time. We got to go. I'm joking. The Mustang community, that shared love, is one of the best parts about this storied vehicle, right? We all have that experience, that engagement, right? Either getting behind the wheel, riding shotgun, or Brad said, in the back of that convertible. Everybody's got a Mustang story. I don't care what manufacturer you're loyal to, but you know you're here because you're a Ford Mustang fan. So, guess what? We are stepping back in time to feel that Mustang love across the decades. We've got more to come, but first, let's crank up the beats with the DJ. And remember, if you want to enter the competition, there's a blue ball over there. The camera whips around you. They take your email, and somebody's going to win a 2024 Ford Mustang lease for 2 years. So don't forget to get your picture taken in the photo booth. Get into it. Let's send it in. Get set.